Huntington Beach, known for its amazing weather, its gorgeous beaches, and now, in an attempt to beautify the city, 30 local artists are adding beautiful dumpsters to the list. Most plastic found in the ocean begin their journey inland, usually at a coffee shop just like this. People order single-use plastic, just like these, until they're done using it and discard it. But the real story starts after people have thrown away their plastic and where that ends up. Now, the top 3 most commonly found pieces of trash at the beach are cigarette butts being number 1, followed by plastic bottle caps and lids as number 2, and food wrappers being number 3. Today's cleanup has shown that each and every single person can come together and make a difference. For OC News, I'm Robert Pike, reminding you to reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Science, not silence! Science, not silence! Science!
Article 1, Section 8, Clause 8 of the United States Constitution empowers Congress to promote the progress of science. Earlier this year, the Trump administration proposed a budget cut that would otherwise dismantle the science community. And so, the people marched. The March for Science is organized by scientists and science supporters skeptical of the agenda of the Trump administration and the policies widely viewed as hostile to science. Science isn't just white coats and rockets. Science is around us in every aspect of life. Alani Long, a nurse, is marching because she believes information deserves to be shared. She uses science every day to save lives.
If it weren't for science, we couldn't do our jobs properly. People used to die in hospitals all the time because we didn't understand how illness worked and how health worked.
The March for Science happened in 600 different cities all over the world on Earth Day to protest the proposed budget cuts. The proposed budget cut would slash the EPA by 31%, which is tasked with protecting the human health and environment by enforcing regulations, as well as the National Institute of Health by 18%, which is responsible for biomedical and public health research, such as finding a cure for cancer. The march signified a turning point. Should scientists be involved in politics? The access to information and technology isn't something that should be restricted. Science needs to be celebrated and shared so that future generations can shine. For the Report Program, I'm Robert Pike. The ocean is a magical place, spellbound by its beauty. It has called to many over the centuries. For some, the ocean could be seen as a divide between land, but for the residents of Huntington Beach, the yearly blessing of the waves honors the ocean for keeping them together. The event brings people from different religious beliefs and backgrounds to honor one another in the ocean they share, blessing the waves, those who ride them, and the lifeguards protecting them, while celebrating one another in their diversity.
I'm so grateful for the ocean and everything it's given us. And I know it does great things for our kids.
The ocean can be seen as a spiritual place, and for Zoran Forgarini, a surf coach at Edison High School, being able to coach his kids every day is a blessing.
It's amazing they get to wake up every day at the crack of dawn and get in the water, and it's such a healthy, good thing. And I don't know if you surf, but when you go in the water, it's literally kind of like a baptism, and it just washes everything away.
Being in the ocean cleanses the soul. The line between faith and surfing to many is blurred, in that surfing is almost like a religion.
You recognize that you are immersed in the zen of surfing. It to him is as much of a religious experience as being in any pew on Sunday morning. And I have to agree with him on that.
For OC News, I'm Robert Pike. Activists gathered together in Laguna Beach on Saturday to raise awareness to an issue that affects almost everyone in Orange County, yet hardly anybody knows about. Starting as early as December, Southern California Edison plans to bury 3.6 million pounds of hot radioactive waste in San Onofre, just 108 feet from the coastline. On top of being in one of the most densely populated regions in the United States, Edison's proposed burial site sits along an earthquake fault, is in a tsunami zone, and is on a bluff that is likely to collapse. Activists gathered together, signed petitions, and informed residents about the dangerous chemicals that are being disposed of right in their backyard.
So we're very concerned. You know, we don't want to make anybody the bad guy here, but what we're doing is petitioning for Southern California Edison to come up with an alternative to, you know, where they're putting it, because it's obviously the perfect storm for a disaster to happen.
The 75 stainless steel cans that will house the radioactive waste are designed to last for 25 years. The deadly plutonium inside the barrels will last for 250,000 years. The reason Southern California Edison has kept this a secret is because once the waste is buried, it becomes the problem of the state of California and its residents.
I mean, no one with any shred of common sense would say, hey, let's put steel containers filled with nuclear waste 100 feet from the beach and 3 feet above the saltwater table, where it's vulnerable to rusting, stress corrosion cracking, on an earthquake fault line in the middle of a tsunami zone. That's insane. It's madness.
The goal of the activist rally was to unify and enlighten the public about the potential radioactive disaster that could possibly happen in their backyard. And although they gathered under gloomy conditions, the activists themselves had a sunny outlook. For OC News, I'm Robert Pike. Long after the footprints on the sand are gone, the memories made on this day will last for a lifetime. It was a day of both rain and shine, a day spent with family and friends, and a day when children with autism surfed.
Every one of these waves leaves such a lasting impression, and I think that's why, you know, our children with autism really gravitate towards this, because, you know, they kind of think and they see in pictures.
Izzy Paskowitz, along with his wife Danielle, started Surfers Healing, a nonprofit organization with one goal: to take kids with autism surfing. They had discovered the healing effects surfing had on their autistic son Isaiah. Surfing had transformed his meltdowns into pure joy. The weightlessness and rhythm of the ocean offers a therapeutic experience in contrast to the constant assault on their senses, benefiting not only the kids, but the families as well.
I love the inspiration it gives to each family. Like, I mean, a child comes, and with or without language, there's so much joy and happiness, and you know, and to touch the parent and just share it with them. You know, just, you don't need words to describe that feeling.
Izzy, along with the Surfers Healing volunteers, didn't just give these kids and their families beautiful memories. They gave them one perfect day. For OC News, I'm Robert Pike.